You teach a group of preschoolers, children maybe the ages of 3 to 5 or 6 years old. And as you've been trained and as you've been looking at the lessons that are in KIDStory and in the KIDStory app, you look at it and go, but I don't know that my little ones can understand all of this, or the stories are too long. How do I make this pertinent and applicable for preschoolers? Well, let's explore that today here on KIDStory Quick Tips. So how do we take KIDStory and how do we make it applicable for preschoolers? Well, there are certain things that are probably fairly simple. They just take a little bit of a, if you want to call it a twist or just a different way to look at it, and be able to make it so that even little ones can understand a Bible story and retell that Bible story to family and friends. So probably, one thing is keep the story really short. You don't have to tell a long story. You might take a story and make it into 5 or 6 verses and use that part of the story. Sometimes, as we've talked about in other quick tips about crafting a story, you're going to probably eliminate some of the places and people and keep it to the main focus of what the story is all about and have the children be learning that. You're going to play a lot more games and activities, drawing, drama, the game activities in the retell. So use more of your time for retell to actually learn the story and less time for the discussion. Little preschoolers, yes, their minds are able to grasp a lot of concepts that we're surprised at. But for the most part, we're going to want to keep our question time to maybe 3 questions. What did you like about the story? What does the story tell us about God? I wonder what God's teaching me and what can I learn from the story? And put those in words that are most applicable for you and the way that you talk with your young children. But KIDStory is definitely for children of all ages. And you can adapt it and adopt it and apply it to even those little preschoolers. You're creating that environment where children are encountering the love and the hope that's found in Jesus through the telling of his word, because you're telling his word, and you're retelling it with all kinds of games and activities, keeping the kids actively engaged and excited about learning. And you're allowing the Holy Spirit to come and minister to them, even just a few short questions. So there you go. Take KIDStory and use it even with your littlest of children, because they will get to encounter Jesus and feel like they are an active part of his story and not a distant observer. Well, thanks for joining us here on KIDStory Quick Tips.